Hey, it's Michael Saul, but everybody calls me Tiny. This video is out of the triangle, and is it time to look at GE again? This is stock market analysis for the week of May 14th, 2018. If you would like to receive intra-week updates from me, go to www.attackthemarkets.com, put in your first name, your best email address, then follow the directions from there. You have to confirm that it was you that actually signed up, and you will receive intra-week updates from me. Also, if you would like to partake in the Facebook group, go to www.facebook.com/groups/attackthemarkets. You have to answer 3 simple questions, then you'll gain access and you can interact with the community. We're growing by a little bit every single week, so you are more than welcome to come in. There is no charge for that, and there's no charge for joining the intra-week update list. Okay, let's take a look at the market. After a doji started the week, we had a one-day little intraday pullback, formed the hammer, and then we popped up. I was looking for a little bit more of a pullback, not all the way back down to the 200 or anything like that. Of course, hindsight's always 20/20, but I was looking for a little bit more. And you see how we popped in Thursday right into the top of the triangle here. By Friday, we did close outside of it. This puts us short-term overbought. I am actually looking for a small pullback here, and then I am looking for long side exposure. I believe the fifth wave is on its way. I think the fourth wave triangle has completed, and I don't think we're going straight up to new highs here. I think we're going to zigzag our way up there, and I think it's going to take several weeks, but I do think we are going to take out the highs. Here's the Dow. Looks similar. I really don't care that much about the Dow compared to the other indices. Here is the Russell, and the Russell is acting nice and strong. We have a triple top, and triple tops usually do not hold. Okay, doesn't mean that this one can't hold, but usually they do not hold. So that's something that I want to pay attention to here. I'm looking for my trend line tool, and of course I can't find it. So I'm just going to grab this. Okay, so here's a triple top. Again, I would like to see a small pullback or maybe another sideways candle or two and break through here. Okay, mid caps lagging a little bit, but also looks like they are on their way higher as well. And here's the NASDAQ, which broke a little sharper angled triangle and is also on its way. Again, I would like to see a pause or pullback here. And just because that's what I'd like to see doesn't mean it's going to happen. But the fact that we pushed outside of that triangle on the SPY. We had a nice week up, basically straight up. All right, it could be time for a little bit of a pause. I don't think it's a short sale entry here. Don't think we're entering a bear market or a huge pullback. It's not what I'm saying. Just looking for a pause. I am still expecting us to go to new all-time highs. Let's look at the sectors. Semiconductors lagging a little bit compared to the Qs. Okay, didn't have a great day on Friday. Let's look at some of the big names. So here's NVIDIA that got back all of this pullback everybody was calling for the end of NVIDIA. I have no idea why. Let's see if this could form a coil here and head higher. Here's Clad Tanker with a nice push back over the 200-day. What about Intel? Yeah, Intel looks like it wants to offset this ugly red candle. Banks. Okay, banking index on the nice bounce off the 200-day moving average. A little pause, non-committal day on Friday. So we want to see where this leads. Bank of America had a real narrow range day on Friday. Here's JP Morgan and Citigroup closing back over the 200-day moving average. A little W pattern here. I would like to see confirmation. Again, I'd love to see a little pause or pullback first and then a bust through. That's where I think Citigroup may offer a nice opportunity for a retest of the highs up here at $80.70. Broker dealers. So the broker dealers came out of the triangle, and now they are back above it. You can even move this line if I want to, a little revisionist history. But I can move that now because we do have some points that connect here. So we want to watch. We can look at Goldman Sachs into the 200-day moving average. Not really looking that strong, but again, if it coils up and then busts through, it may Goldman may be back in business to the upside. Biotechs, first thing I have to do is get the correct symbol, though. That's the first thing you always have to do, right? So busted out of its coil. I guess you could consider it a triangle. You're really splitting hairs there, right? So it's a triangle, it's a coil, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. So here's like a Biogen starting to show signs of life. But Gilead, yeah, I mean, that looks to me like a continuation pattern. Looks like it wants to at least hit those lows and more than likely take them out. If we look at some of the stocks inside the biotech, because I get some slack sometimes, hey, only look at Gilead and Biogen. So let's look at some others. All right, very good. So here's Regeneron. Regeneron's been in a nasty looking downtrend all the way up here from the 540s, but a nice sign of life on Friday. Here's Vertex Pharmaceutical. Here's, Myriad Genetics I like this big candle up on Tuesday. Only paused for a couple of days. This may want to try to get up to the highs. There's Biogen. Can't talk about that. Here's Alexion, not doing much. Here's Immunogen. I looked at this one a few months ago when it was in this little flag. It did pop up, and then it just fell on its face. I'm not really that interested in this. Celgene, I'm not really interested in these. Amgen, nothing really showing anything. Here's Exact Sciences, maybe one to watch. You have a small little double top here. If it breaks out of that, look for a move up to the 5790 area. There's not many more to go through, so might as well go through all of them. All right, what is this? I think probably pronounce this Kaigen. Nice impulse here. I'd wait for a pause. Can't talk about Gilead. Here's Biotech Group. Butchering that name, I'm sure. Look for that one to hit the highs. Here's Illumina. And here's Illumina, and that's up at high, so I don't like to chase. I'd wait for a pullback. And here is Biomarin Pharmaceuticals, which I like the way that it broke above the 200-day moving average. So after a coil, maybe it forms a little coil here, and then can try to come up and test into the 93s. All right, so there you go. More than just Biogen and Gilead. Okay, glamour stock time. Apple, monster. Look for a pause or a pullback. Extended up here, but beautiful. Not a short trigger. Amazon, coiling up here. Let me get my... all right, let me pause and get my trend line. Hang on. Okay. Let's see. There we go. You did not want to see me rummage through my lists in order to find them. Anyway, here's Amazon with a nice little coil. I call this a sidecar pattern because it's a coil on top of a coil here. Here's the Goog, aka Alphabet. Nice little bounce here. Netflix, still acting well. It didn't hit new highs, but okay. Looks like it's coiling up as well. All right. How about the Facebook? Facebook recovered. Everything went down on off of the data scandal. I mean, what a freaking scam, boy. Buying opportunity down here. I talked right about the middle of this balance area, and look at it now. Just zoomed right up here. So looks like it should go back up to the highs. Here's Caterpillar, a little messy, and John Deere acting weaker. Watch this 50-day moving average because it's coming down at a pretty nice pace. And if it were to hold as resistance, it could turn back down here for Deere. All right, bonds. Yeah, nothing sloppy. I still expect the February lows to be tested, but don't have a trigger right now. Here's gold. Nice little bounce off the 200-day moving average, but you got the 50-day right there too, so it may play a little ping pong. And oil. Yep, so oil with the Iranian sanctions and everything, not really zoom in here. Again, this is a USO, but again, it's a little bit overextended here. I would wait for a pause or a pullback, especially with, President Trump, is doing away with those waivers and going into the highest level sanctions, right? That could be a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event. So to recap, I am looking for a pullback, but not a shorting opportunity, just looking for a pause or pullback. Maybe it even comes a little higher from here. It could come a little higher from here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it sets up here. And then I believe there will be a buying opportunity. I think we will get to new all-time highs. Just may take a few weeks to get there. I don't think it's getting there in a week or so. Maybe even a few months at this point, right? Maybe even out to July. Who knows? But I think it could zigzag up here. All right? Now, let's talk about GE for a second. So GE beaten to a pulp, okay, from up here to 2016 highs up here, 33 basically, all the way down to, it didn't quite get to 12, just the high 12s. And now it looks like it could be forming this little inverted head and shoulders. And if it were to break above 15, all right, the measured move is really only a few points. It's into the 17. So by the time the 200-day catches up, it may be for a test into the 200-day, wherever that may be. But I think GE is worth looking at here, and I think it's worth watching for a trade above this level here, above 1505, we'll call it, because that's what the high is, so it's a good thing to call it that. And I think that it could have a measured move inside of it for a couple points into the 17s, which is a pretty nice percentage move, 15% move from here. And that's a first target. Maybe it'll keep going from there. But again, I don't know the long-term bullish prospects on General Electric. I'm just looking when I'm watching. I'm just looking at what I see on the short term. All right. Questions? Tiny@attackthemarkets.com. Drop me an email. Don't forget to sign up to the list at attackthemarkets.com to get intra-week updates. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/attackthemarkets. I will talk to you in one of those modalities or in next week's video. Have a great trading week.